I get home last night and I'm relaxing. It's late, and B1 comes over, and we're burning down and just hanging out and talking and BSing. And I look at my phone just to kind of, I was like dicking around, and I noticed the date. And like, I don't really look at my weddings by the date. Like, I know they're in my calendar. I don't really keep track of the dates. It's Friday and Saturday that I got to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not thinking about, because I'm not announcing the date. It doesn't matter. I just need to know what day I need to be there. So I'm aware of all that. So I all of a sudden I look on Sunday night last night, and I'm looking at my phone. I see the date and I go, it's the 23rd. And then I realize, oh my God, when I talked to Shay on Friday, I didn't wish him happy birthday because it was his birthday on Friday. And I was on my way to my event, and straight up, and I woke up that morning.
Oh.
Yep. Woke up that morning in event mode and just completely just was selfish, all worried about myself and worried about my event, and just completely didn't even think about it. He said it was a camp too, so it wasn't like I didn't think, wasn't on my mind as far as somebody to get
Yeah.
a hold of. It would just didn't completely. I didn't forget it because we'd already had the birthday and I'd already got him a present and he's already been wished happy birthday. So it was almost
Yeah.
like it was done already
In your
because we
mind,
did the
it's kind of
party.
like, oh, okay, it's all done.
Birthday's
It's in the
done.
past, and you don't think about dates like you said, so you're not thinking about it. So it just happens to in one ear out the other.
Yep, it's exactly what happened. So I owe him big time. So I'm gonna make it up to him. He had a bunch of stuff after school today, so I couldn't get a hold of him. So I am in like, I don't know. I'm in this weird limbo about how to make it up to him because I don't think he even cared. I don't honestly think he even. You know what I mean? Because he already got his gifts and everything. So he
Your
probably.
birthday was
I'm
kind of over for him too, though. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
So I
But
feel like the
if
worst.
he's smart, he can milk you out of some
Oh, he
like a
should. He
day at
should.
an arcade, a
That's what
PS5
I'm.
game,
That's what I'm
something.
actually already thinking. Is I'm going to do something like that. Is like pay for something for him early, just like shower him with some sort of gift to let him know that because I feel like a fucking asshole. Uh,
Does he have Spider-Man
that's
2 yet?
actually, I don't know. I haven't talked to him because I've been working. I
Oh
haven't talked to
yeah.
him. That's I said I went into work mode, and I was so upset last night after this happened. I was like borderline in tears because I felt like the biggest piece of shit. And I looked at B1 and I said, I go, I'm the worst fucking dad in the world. I'm a terrible father. And she goes, No,
No,
you're
no,
not.
dude,
Stop
you're not
that. And
even
like,
close, bro.
yeah, I
Not,
well,
not
it
even
made me
close. You can't
feel
even. Of course it does. You're gonna think that, and it was a small oversight, but it's you were there for his birthday. You got him a present for his birthday. You know what I'm saying? You're
it's
slammed with work. You got a show that you're doing. I mean, not to make excuses or anything like that, but I'm sure like the internal, like you're your worst critic as it is. So
well,
of
that's what I
course you're
said to
gonna
her.
beat the shit out of yourself and be like, I'm the worst dad ever. He's never gonna forgive me. He's gonna remember this when he's 40.
Well, I said to myself though, I go, what is all of this work for? What is all of this for in the end? If that kind of stuff happens, you know what I mean? I said I have to totally reprioritize my timing and my schedule and my thoughts and everything because it's just unacceptable to me as a dad that happened. You know what I mean? It just again, it's not like he didn't get his birthday wishes and all that stuff. He's done all
Mhm.
that. We sang him happy birthday. He's had cake and he did all that shit. So it's not like his birthday was forgotten. Um, it's just literally the day of. I just didn't say the words, and it's
Yeah,
just
I was
like
gonna say the
fuck.
actual words on the actual day was
Yeah.
not said, but every other experience for a birthday was enjoyed, and he felt loved, and he
Yeah.
feels love from you every day. So don't beat yourself up, dude. You're an awesome father.
Uh, yeah, it's embarrassing too. And then Brap says, "Oh, that's a total JLR move." It is. That's what I mean. Well, I think JLR completely forgot his kid's birthday and
Yeah,
like gifts and
that's
everything.
but
So a little
there's
bit different.
it's also like an absent parent.
Yeah, well, I think he does the best he can. And he's been
Yes,
absent at
yes.
times, but I think Jeffrey does the
They
best he
both
can, man,
do the best that they physically are able to.
and mentally, yes. I would lean more on that one than the physical. I think we're just leaning on the physical is actually the best thing they're doing right now. They are,
Yeah.
she's physically there for their children in that sense. So I think that's actually the good thing. So, all right, let me check in the chat here. Um, let's see here. I'm looking to see how you guys are totally, if I'm getting destroyed in there. I was afraid to even look at the camp after I said that, or look at the chat after I said that. Disaster says he won't care, dumb. He knows you love him. Oh, that's cool. Phil Kravitz says buy him a new game. He'll be okay. Uh, um, yeah, he said Phil Kravitz says he'll forget about it all playing that new Spider-Man. Falcor says kids don't care once they've had their gifts and party. That's I hope so. It definitely made me feel like garbage. CYX says it's not that bad since they already did the birthday party and stuff. Okay, all right, good. Now I'm feeling a little bit better now. I was expecting
Yeah, it's
people to
good,
just
man.
destroy me right now.
So did I. I'm kind of pleasantly surprised. The chat, well, CB ain't in there.
Yeah, that's true. I think she's traveling. She hasn't been in it for a while. I think she's in Nashville or something. Or
She said she wasn't going to be around, right? She said she was doing a little bit of traveling.
I actually didn't. I thought I pissed her off or something because I haven't speaking to CB. Little love for her. No, I haven't seen her around for a while. So I actually really haven't seen her in even in the Discord much. So I wasn't sure if I'd pissed her off or something. But then I saw that she was traveling, so that was good to know. I have a couple emails that I got here with some pictures that people want me to add to the break montage. This is from Amy. No words in the email, no text, just 2 pictures attached because, I mean, who needs words when you have stuff like this to show off? This is one of the pictures Amy wants added to the break montage. This is when we did the... I think you can tell what I'm doing in picture 1 and then what's happening in picture 2 based on my facial reaction. Picture 1, I'm lubing the end of a paintbrush in order to do some painting with a part of my body that I'm inserting it into in picture number 2.
Oh my God, I completely forgot about this bit. Jesus Christ, dude.
I thought I had so much fun doing that. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I mean, it hurt. But it was so ridiculous and silly to me that I loved it so much. And then, of course, what happened with Charlie's picture.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, to this day, is that just the craziest fucking thing you've ever seen?
It really is.
Do you still see? I mean, it sticks out like a fucking sore thumb.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see?
Wait a minute. I can't see it now.
Oh, you kidding me, right? I can't. You don't see the Virgin Mary in that right butt cheek?
I don't see it anymore.
Are you kidding? Oh, let me zoom in. Oh shit, wrong button. Sorry.
It's all right.
There it is on the right side. The right cheek.
Yeah, you can. The shadow and everything. The hair.
Nose, the eyes, the nose.
Yep,
I mean, it's
right.
the Virgin Mary in Charlie's fucking ass cheek. It's so weird. It's just so weird. I love that. That was one of my absolute favorites. One of my absolute favorite things we ever did on the show. As silly as that sounds, and
it's one of the only challenges you did that didn't end up leaving you permanently scarred or with PTSD or bullied or.
I'm very lucky I didn't end up with splinters in my a-hole because those were wooden paint things we were using. I wish she would have sent a picture of mine. I know mine was just a big blob of shit, but still would have liked to seen what it looked like. Let's see. Rap says punishment for this is Dumb has to eat 2 slices of American cheese live on air. Ooh, I would take part in that punishment, but there's no fucking American cheese in this house, so sorry. It ain't happening. Here's another one from a different Amy. She says, hi guys, just want to share my Halloween babies with you. I turned my dog Roxy into a tiger a few years ago. Sweet. Shout out to fellow dog groomer Falcor. And my sweet boy Gooch rocking his custom tarantula costume I made for him.
Gooch.
Rip Gooch, yes. the best boy ever. As always, love you guys. Have a great show. So here is Roxy. Oh, that's pretty fucking cool, actually. Look at that. That's sweet.
Dude, that is cool.
That is really, really cool. That looks awesome. I love that. We did that to Darla's tail last It's another dumb show. Oh shit. Hello. Welcome to another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining me this evening on issue number 124. I appreciate everybody being here with me. Sorry, I forgot to turn my lights on today. Ugh. Oh, that's not working. What? Well, we'll go without that light for now. Okay, what's going on? Welcome to another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. I hope your day was good. My day's been fantastic so far. You'll notice the camera for Bean Arena was a little jacked up. You see the wires floating around. She's actually, you can't see that wire that I see, but anyway. Yeah, the 844-HIT-DOM, 844-448-3862, by the way, is the number to call if you want to call into the show. I believe the phones should be working here. Sorry if I'm a little behind schedule right now. I know we started a couple minutes late. That's because your boy was trying to set up the cooking stuff. Trying to put together a little bit of a cooking show for you guys. And I was setting up some cameras and doing some angles and stuff and realized that I'm just not quite ready to do that yet. I have a few more. I have to get another tripod and use another phone to record it and do it because it's just too hard to do with the other cameras I have right now. So that is the plan for that. Hold on, this is driving me crazy without this light here. So let me do this real quick. See if that helps. Well, that looks like shit. All right, hold on one sec. Hold on. There we go, that's a little better. All right, cool. Sorry, when I don't have that light on, I look like I'm in a dark-ass room, so anyway. I don't know if Mikey's going to be with us tonight. I know he wasn't feeling well, so we'll have to see if he's going to be here tonight. I know he was battling a cold or some sort of flu, so I'm not sure if we're going to see Mikey tonight. I feel like it's... I don't know if it's traveling through the airwaves or something because my tiredness that I've been dealing with over the past couple of days from not having any days off for the past, I don't know, 8-10 days or something like that, is kind of catching up with me, I think, in a little bit more ways than one. I'm just getting, I don't know if I'm starting to get a cold or what, but I'm here. I'm going to power through it. Of course, if you don't already follow us on social media, you can do that at Another Dumb Show on Twitter, on Instagram, all that good stuff. Like I was saying before, I started to work on the cooking show earlier today. You know guys how I get all worked up. I eat one thing, then I decide I'm going to go on just a binge of it, eating the same thing over and over and over again. And that's what happened with me here. My mom made me those stuffed peppers a couple weeks ago, and I've been craving them ever since. So I decided I was going to attempt to make my own stuffed peppers today. And I got to be honest with you, not very good. They're just okay. They're not anywhere near as good as my mom's were so freaking good. But these are, I seasoned them, but they're just a little bland. I don't know what's going on with them. I feel like I don't know if I'm losing my taste right now or something, but they're just kind of bland. And I almost feel like it's the meat I got. I got like meat from like a small, I got it from a grocery store that's like a big grocery store, but it's not like it's actually an international grocery store. It's everywhere. It's based out of Germany. Anyway, this grocery store, for whatever reason, I can get really good steaks sometimes, but sometimes when you get meat from them, like ground beef, it tastes a little funky. And I feel like that's what I was dealing with here. Um, it wasn't like it was bad. It just didn't have that really good grass-fed beef flavor. It just kind of tasted like, I don't know, crumbly meat. I don't know how to explain it. Wasn't that good. So the stuffed peppers, probably, I'm almost glad I didn't record myself doing them. There's not really a lot to show for those other than cutting some peppers and cutting some onions and mixing some stuff together. I might have made the mistake of putting the cheese in it ahead of time, trying to use a little bit of cheese to help bind it, because it just, I don't know, it just tastes like a pile of, like, and I barely put any cheese in it. It just tastes too cheesy. So I don't know. Let's see here. Let me check in with you guys in the chat. I believe Brap was first in chat. I think I saw him. I accidentally had top chat on and not live chat for some reason. So I apologize if I missed it, but I do believe Brap was first today, so congratulations to him. Brap asks, does the cooking show include the use of American cheese? Definitely not, Brap. I don't like eating American cheese, so obviously wouldn't include it. It's nasty. Mike Oxmall says, Dumb, you're sounding a little sick. Hope you didn't catch what I got. It lasts over a week. A lot of throat pain and headache. I don't have throat pain. I'm just like gravelly and kind of, I'm just like kind of stuffed up and gravelly, and it feels more like allergies to me than a cold or anything like that. Because like I got muscle pains and stuff right now. But that's because I took a trip to Pound Town and hurt myself like an idiot. So speaking of not feeling good, I got an email from B4. She said, "Hey Dumb, I want to thank you for doing the show and an after show tonight. This is from last night. Even though you don't feel good, I don't think you hear enough how much we appreciate you and the hard work you put in for us. I hope you get some rest tonight and don't feel bad when you can't do shows. Sometimes your health matters too. I love you and the show, Britt, our resident Eagles fan. So thank you, B4. Well, you're welcome. That email made my night last night, because I was like, I felt bad, because I always think I do truly feel bad. Like I feel bad that Thursday and Friday we're not going to be able to do a show. I really genuinely feel bad. Like I said, I'm not feeling that good tonight. And especially without Mikey here, we're probably just going to end up doing a shorty tonight, because I'm running on my last legs as far as my voice. And if I don't have a time to like take a breather in between words, and then when Mikey talks, my voice is going to be fried by the end of the show tonight. So we're probably going to do a shorty this evening. So I apologize ahead of time. But I looks like B4 has given me a little bit of a pass to actually take care of myself when I need to. And I got stuffed peppers to eat, man, even though they're not that good. Let's see, this other email I got here. It is from Christopher S. He says, Dumb. Well, he didn't say anything, actually, just sent me a link, and the subject was Vikings coach says go down. And we actually, during the after show last night, during the Monday Night Football watch party for the Super League of Dummies members, we actually talked about that as it was happening live. It was kind of strange. I actually watched it, and I didn't know what I was actually seeing. Here is a quick clip of that. It's very fast. And you actually will hear Joe Buck commenting on it as it's happening. So here is from Monday Night Football last night, a very strange play. The head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, Kevin O'Connell, KOC, instructing one of his players, TJ Hawkinson, to go down on a play. So I'm not sure if he was telling him to fake an injury or what. So we'll have to see. This is what Joe Buck thought about it, though.
Well, this is set up pretty well. Even when you call a screen pass, there goes T.J. Hawkinson. This isn't good for the Vikings.
Well, I'll say this. We just caught Kevin O'Connell on camera saying, T.J., go down.
Buy him some time.
So there it is. He does do it.
O'Connell telling Hawkinson to go down. He is down now, and we'll take.
Now, I don't know if he's doing that for time stuff or if he actually cared about his player or a little bit of both. Like, oh, it looks like he came up a little bit gimpy on that play. Just go back down. Stop the clock. Or because you get an injury timeout at that point. So just give a little bit extra time to get a play in or whatever. I'm not exactly sure because I can't remember what down it was or anything like that when that happened. So Um, let's see here. What else do I have here? But that was a great game last night. I'm sure I went to bed before the end of the game last night. I'm wondering if that's why Mikey isn't in because he ended up staying up so late to watch the movie last night. The football game last night with the Vikings. And because they ended up they won the game. It was crazy. They beat the 49ers. I was very surprised to see that. I'm sure Jerry M., I don't know if he's here tonight. We will be doing our fantasy football update here in a little bit. In fact, we'll probably get to that pretty quickly, considering I don't have Mikey here to talk to. So, 844 hit dumb 844-448-3862. If you want to try to give us a call, somebody wants to give me a phone check real quick. We'll make sure those are up and working. I didn't get a chance to do a test on it. Let's see here. So, where is this other email I have? Oh, here it is. I got an email from Craig. It's all it says is, the headline is Nebraska funeral worker arrested for using dead man's sex doll, and he sent this to me last week, a little over a week. Sent it to me on the 16th, and I've had it sitting there, and I just never got around to the story. But the way it goes is Ryan Smith, 41 years old, was arrested on Friday of charges of burglary, criminal trespassing, and tampering with physical evidence after being caught having sex with a sex doll. Hold on one second. Looks like the phone, doing a little phone test. We got the Gene Queen here. Tessa, what's up? You there?
I am.
Okay,
Hi.
perfect. Hi, how are you? Thank you for calling and checking the phones and make sure we're up and running. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
How are you tonight?
One
Uh-oh.
second.
Did I
Have a
lose
good
you?
night. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm at work.
Oh, that's all right. Thank you. All
I'm
right.
good.
All right. Well, I'll let you get back to work then, hon. I'm sorry. Thank you for calling and checking the phones.
No problem.
All right, bye. I was so confused about what was happening right there. Well, good. The phones are working. 844 hit dumb if you want to call in. Anyway, so Ryan Smith was busted this was a couple weeks ago now. Busted a couple weeks ago after he had sex with a life-size doll that belonged to a dead man whose body he was tasked with transporting. Now, apparently, there's a company called Mid-America First Call. They remove, transport, and embalm and cremate bodies. So this Ryan Smith dude, I guess he went to go pick up this dead body, and for whatever reason, he must have seen this sex doll at the place where he picked up the dead body from, because he had to call back. He called the property manager later on and claimed that a county sheriff's office was sending him back to the unit to collect the sex doll so it could be swabbed for a biopsy. The property manager shot that request down, but somehow this guy was so horny for this sex doll, we got back into the dead guy's apartment. We don't know how he did it, if he was able to weasel his way in through the property manager or somebody else let him in, who knows. But the property manager actually heard some noises coming from inside the unit, which was deadbolted and locked with a chain. So the manager goes up and hears like all this grunting and groaning inside coming from this apartment of a dead guy. At that moment, while investigating these sounds, allegedly this Russell Smith walked out of the apartment with his clothing disheveled and warned the manager he would return with a warrant for the doll. The manager then called the police, reported what was going on, saying that the funeral worker worried that the funeral worker would break in and steal property from the apartment. So yeah, that's a horny ass dude. And I do find it weird. Like, of course, I got a fleshlight. I got it for free from when I was working on the show, so it's pretty old, but I don't use it a ton. I mean, maybe I've used that thing maybe 15 times. Maybe I don't use it very frequently. It's a lot of work. You know what I mean? I'm all for that. I'm old school. The manual does, old Rosie Palms does just fine. You know what I'm saying? But that one is a little much as far as these big life-size sex dolls that these guys get. And I've seen like the half ones where it's just like, now if I was ever going to do one of those sex dolls, I probably would do just the one that's like the half body, that's like face down. You know what I'm saying? Because you can grab onto that and actually kind of go to town like it's a real thing, real thing, a real person. That thing feels like a real person. You get a squeeze in there, or whatever. You kind of lean on it, whatever you need to do. Um, so yeah, I can understand somebody wanting one of those, but why in the world would you want somebody else's used sex doll? What kind of sick fuck is this guy? It's bad enough to like. Was this thing in a wrapper? It was unused or something. So I mean, was this one of the prettiest sex dolls he's ever seen? What in the like? I can't imagine anything that would prompt me to want to break back into. I mean, is this a very specific? Is it like a celebrity that the sex doll is made up of? I just don't understand what would be, what kind of sick deviant freak is. And I'm pretty deviant dude, I think, but this is a little much. It's a little much. So he's been arrested with, I think he was sent in with arrested for breaking and entering. There's some other weird thing he got charged for too. I can't remember. And of course he got fired from his job. But so there you go. That's thank you for sending that to me, Craig. Very strange story about a guy getting arrested for breaking into a dead man's apartment and having sex with his used sex doll. Very, very strange the things dudes will go to bust one. And speaking of that, there's another story I found, and you know what? I think I'm going to save this one for when Mikey's here, because I'd rather have, it'd be more fun to do with Mikey. So I think we're going to do that. So I think what we'll do here then is let's do this. Let's do another Dumb Fantasy Football League update, and then we'll do a little bit of a video dump of what I got left, and then actually I do got one other little story. It's kind of silly. So let's see. What do we got here? Oh shit! I tell you what. Let's just do this. Here we go, guys. That's right. It is Tuesday. It is officially time for another Dumb Fantasy Football League update. Excuse me, guys. Quite a week this week in the league. A lot of changes as far as the placement of everybody in the standings. A lot of, I would say, I don't know if or upsets are the right word, but some pretty incredible games from this past week. So let me pull up the scoreboard from this past week. There was somebody who somebody's team scored the most points this week. This guy's team, that's right, another dumb team, moves up in the standings, and we'll get to that in a second, but pulled off 142 points, a huge scoring victory over the Maruaders, Jerry M's team. And it was a very close game up to the end of the game. He had a chance last night if San Francisco's defense could have come up big and maybe gotten a few turnovers and some sacks. He might have had a chance to get a W last night, but no such luck. Jerry is still in last place after losing to another dumb team. However, he does have the 7th ranked fantasy points player, Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback from Kansas City. And boy, I tell you what, I really loved watching. I think we might have covered this for a second last night, but boy, what B1 was so funny when she watched the game with Taylor and Brittany Mahomes and their new handshake and everything and stuff. So I did find Brittany was like, does this mean I have to be, don't make me have to be a Brittany Mahomes fan now, because she can't stand Brittany Mahomes. She's like everybody else who has some sort of problem with Brittany Mahomes for whatever reason. So that game was pretty cool to watch all that was going on at that game with Travis Kelce. He scored some kind of crazy record, or he's had 12 receptions or something, and he's been kicking ass with Taylor there. So hey, I'm all about Swelsey, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of her at the games. I think it's exciting. So congratulations to them. And congratulations to another dumb team who beat the Maruaders. Now they'll go on to try The 11th place team, go cup yourself. So this week we will officially have a straight up last place team because right now go cup yourself is also 2-5. Go Chris K's team. They are in 11th place with their top performer being the wide receiver for the streaky, unpredictable Buffalo Bills. We never know what's going to happen with these guys. Just good grief. Losing to the New England Patriots, Mac Jones balling out. You never know what to expect with these. I know the Bills lost a lot of people on defense, but boy, you'd think that they would have shown up a little bit more against the team that lost 34-0 to the Saints. So Buffalo Bills have a lot of work to do to figure out what's going on with them. Go Cup Yourself also has a lot of work to do. Like I said, he's going to be facing our 12th place opponent, the Maru Raiders here. That's Jerry M's team who we just saw there a minute ago. And now on the 10th place, Skull Crusher. Poor Mikey's team, 2-5. Now they were able to pull off a victory this past week to stay out of the cellar and remain and actually get up to 2 wins because he was looking at ugly record there, that 1-5. But now he's up to 2-5. Oh wait, hold on, did I? Oh wait, did I mark Mikey wrong? Oh, hold on, did I mark Mikey wrong? Is Mikey 3-4? Oh shit, I marked Mikey's wrong. Mikey's 3-4. I apologize. Oh, he was 2-4 last week. He's supposed to be 3-4. So Mikey's actually tied. He's actually his place is correct, 10th place, but his record isn't correct. So that is a graphics snafu by the producer there. Fire that guy, whoever did that. Boy, I got to get rid of that producer, whoever did that. Anyway, Mikey's top performer, obviously Kirk Cousins, is his butt buddy, old Kirko, in 15th place overall. Next week, Mikey faces Ocean Gate Titans, who, boy, I tell you what a leap up in the standings this past week. The Ocean Gate Titans were in 8th place last week, and they've now moved up to 5th place, so a big leap for them. And also, sadly, a team who had jumped up last week dropped down now to 9th place. We have a Googler. Brad L's team has now dropped to 9th place. They're 3-4. Their top performer, quarterback for Jalen Hurts, the tush push master, in 5th place overall in points. They will face the next opponent, another dumb team, 4-3 in 6th place currently. Oh, shit. Looking down here. What's up, dude? How are you? What's going on? How are you?
Good, just woke up.
You just woke up? You've been sleeping?
Yeah, dude, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, your mic is, I know it's usually quiet, but it's like super duper compared to usual.
Just turning the computer on right now, so it's probably
There it
everything
goes.
coming up to speed.
There it goes. That's so weird how it does that.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's just like me. It's got to warm up for a second.
Well, it's good to see that you're here, man. I'm glad you're okay. I was worried.
Yeah.
Well, I was worried. I just
My
figured you weren't
bad.
feeling good. So, did you stay at home from work?
No, I didn't stay home from work. I worked and then I fell asleep a bunch of times.
Toughed it out and then passed out when you got home?
Oh yeah, I could fall right back asleep right now. I was like, I shouldn't even get on, but then I was like, I'll get on.
Well, we're gonna do a short one, and I did because my throat's kind of jacked too, and I'm out of gas as it is.
Dude, I was screaming at the TV in that second half last night.
Oh, I bet you were. What a great game, though. I mean, you guys were.
Oh my God, what a complete game! Finally, the one performance I've been waiting for us where we can just put it together for a whole game.
Yeah, that one guy. Goddamn, sorry, I got like a chapped lip. It's like a piece of skin that's driving me crazy. What's the name of that guy that had the 2 interceptions? That rookie?
No, that's not a rookie. It's Cameron Bynum. I kept calling him Andrew Bynum last night.
Oh, he's not a rookie?
No, he's a couple years in, I think.
Oh, I thought he was a
2
rookie for
years
some
in, 3 years
reason.
in.
Well, that's cool. That was a cool game that he had. That play he made. I mean, he had 2 huge interceptions in the game. So
It
good for
it
him.
looked like the same offensive play that he picked off twice in a row.
Yeah, I don't know. Brock Purdy's been off these past few games. He's not his usual self. It's been pretty weird, actually.
I think the Browns broke him.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like the blueprint, like that people talked about, the blueprint on how to beat him? Like that's what you mean? Like, or they just?
Yeah, they found something that defenses are doing to confuse him right now. I mean, he did not look good at all last night.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't look confident. Like he usually has kind of a confident look about him, but he did not have that last night. So I apologize to you, Mikey. I screwed up and put your record incorrectly. You are 3-4, not 2-5.
Yeah.
So that was my bad,
I
dude.
saw that
Apologize for that.
I saw that as soon as I clicked on. I was like, "Hey, this mother."
What's this fucking guy doing?
Yeah.
Anyway, so my bad. Apologize for that. But you are in 10th place, and in ninth now, like I said, is Agugla, Brad L's team, who will be facing another dumb team, your boys' team, who is now 4-3 in 6th place after my dub this week. The points leader this past week. Ooh, somebody who was the points no-show this past week was Judge Judy. 78.7 points. Now, I feel like this is 2 weeks in a row with a really low score for Austin's team. Last week, he had 53.82. Now, I would say that this is somebody who's not setting their roster or anything like that, but that's not the case. He's just getting absolutely no performance out of his players whatsoever. I feel so bad for this guy. He's got Puka Nakua doing great, but everybody else is just completely crap in the bed. Nobody even else over 20 last week. So not a good way to win a game. So you kind of lucked out there, my dude, because really you had some pretty low. You only had 95 too, so that wasn't.
I know, and I had Jordan Addison on my bench too. I didn't think that Addison was going to do much against the Niners last night. So I
Yeah.
left a nice 30 points on my bench.
Oh well, you lucked out. Did Austin's team totally crap the
Yep.
bed? So, all right. So let's see here. We are on Judge Judy now. Like I said, they're 3-4. They have the standout Puka Nakua. Those two incredible acrobatic catches that he had in that game were unbelievable. Who knew that this kid would be as good as he is? Well, I tell you what, the next opponent that Judge Judy is going to be facing is not a light one by any means. Neighbor Dave's team with a huge leap this week. They've moved up from 6th place up to 3rd place into playoff standings after a big win. But we'll get to them in a minute. But currently in 7th place, we have the Aegean Icarians. They dropped from 5th. They are now in 3-4 after losing to. Let's see who they lose to. They lost to Neighbor Dave's team, as a matter of fact. Their top performer, despite having the top performer in the league with 186.6 fantasy points, man, that's crazy. Tyreek Hill, wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins, who almost would have even more points if he hadn't dropped the touchdown. GK's next team he'll be facing is Sent From My iPhone, our 4th place team. That's Chris H's team. Let's see. Are they 4th? Oh, yeah, they are 4th. That's right. Because Neighbor Dave knocked them down. So, Sent From My iPhone, 4-3 in 4th place. That's Chris H's team. Then we move to a team who's also moved up 3 spots this week. Another dumb team. Moving up from 9th to 6th place after a big showing this week. Again, 142 points scored, 142 points scored as they beat the Maru Raiders. I'm now 4-3 in 6th place. Lamar Jackson moving up. He was like 15th or 16th, I think, last week. So he went off and got me a whole bunch of points. I will be facing Brad L's team next week. Our 9th place team, Agugla, they were on their way up. They were on a winning streak, and then I do believe they ended up losing this week to the Ocean Gate Titans. There they are. That's Ken K's team, who are now in 5th place. Last week, the Ocean Gate Titans were in 8th, so we have another team that's moved up 3 spots. Their top performer, Travis Etienne Jr. from Jacksonville, running back with 138 points, 11th overall. Next opponent, the Skull Crusher, Mikey's team, 3-4 in 10th place. So we'll see if Mikey's team can bounce back and move Ken K's team back down in the rankings after they moved up 3 slots.
Should be a good week for football for that. I got the Packers coming up. They're trash.
So what do you mean as far as who you're going to be facing? And
for my offensive weapons, Addison, Hawkinson, and Cousins.
Oh, because I forgot you got the stack going. So as the Vikings go, your fantasy football team goes basically.
And for the next 5 weeks, it's Vikings heavy because we don't have a team with a winning record for the next 5 weeks.
All right. So let's see who I have this week. Do I have anybody? I think I've already adjusted my. Now I have a decision to make. I can't decide whether if I should move the Jets D out and put the Steelers D in. The Jets are playing the Giants, so I'll probably leave them in. The Steelers are playing Jacksonville, so I'll probably leave the
I was
Jets
gonna say
in.
Jets defense is a set and forget.
Yeah, to a point. To a point. Because the Steelers
There's
defense
not a
is pretty.
team-
I have the Steelers defense though too. So Steelers D has been pretty good until last week. They were just okay. So I'm happy with my team right now. I think I got a good chance to remain competitive and possibly move up. With that Dobbs trade was pretty big, or pickup that helped me out. I mean that got me, I think, 12 points last week that I wouldn't have had at all, basically. Because I mean, well, maybe I think Elijah Moore got 8, but he's barely getting that usually. So I can usually rely on Dobbs to get several catches and probably a touchdown. So because that's their main
He ain't
weapon
getting
up
one
there.
next
So
week.
we'll see. We'll
You
see.
ain't getting one next week. Tell you
I'm gonna
that
be
shit right
I'm gonna
now.
be rooting for him to get one against the 28th ranked passing defense.
It ain't gonna happen.
I didn't realize the Vikings defense was that bad at stopping the pass.
They're really not. It's a bend don't break scheme. We don't give up big explosion plays.
Oh, one of those. The Browns had a bend don't break team. I hated that. I fucking hated that.
Yeah.
That was the
Well,
worst.
it's a bend don't break, but Flores blitzes more than anybody else in the league. He plays a lot of zone coverage. So it's a lot of 15, 20-yard mid-range passes.
Yeah, I know. It just makes me feel like I don't know, like you're just I don't know. I like aggressive. I don't like, you know what I mean? I'd rather just be more aggressive. All
Well, I
right.
think that's why we give up the yards that we give up, because they're always so blitz dependent.
You got to be. I love blitzing. You got to live by the sword or die by the sword. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking great. I love.
Flo blitzes 48% of the time. Highest
Nice.
blitz rate in the league.
Good for him. All right, our 4th place team sent from my iPhone. That's Chris H's team. They're 4-3. Let's see where they were last week. Let's see. Sent from my iPhone was in 3rd place. They've dropped down to 4th. Their top performer, Justin Herbert from the Chargers, 125.68 fantasy points, 17th overall. Sent from my iPhone's next opponent, a G and a Carrions, 3-4, 7th place. That's GK's team that we saw earlier. Now we get up to the big daddies here. Well, I guess this is a playoff contender now. We have another playoff contender with Bone Crusher, who's moved up. Neighbor Dave, way to go. Big ups to you, Neighbor Dave. Moving up to 3rd place from 6th place last week, another big leap. His top performer, Raheem Mostert, running back for the Miami Dolphins. Oops, I forgot to change the picture. Shit, that's Jamar Chase. God damn. You could tell I was in a hurry when I did this today. So that's the wrong player on there. That's Jamar Chase holding up his 7-Eleven. I forgot to change the picture. So sorry about that, guys. Next opponent, Judge Judy, 3-4, 8th place. That's Austin M's team. Now we move on to like the top 2 teams at 5-2 in 2nd place. Phil Crevice's team, the top performer, Josh Allen, 156.44 fantasy points, 4th overall. A tough team to beat this year. A lot of points. Let's see how many points they had this past week. 105 this past week. So not their best showing, but pretty good, cracking over 100. They will face our 1st place team next week. So we have a battle of the top 1st and 2nd place this week coming up with the top performer, Christian McCaffrey, 2nd overall in the league, facing Phil Crevice's team, 5-2. So a big battle here coming up between 2 guys who took this very seriously. Brad H's girlfriend, Amy, had emailed in and said how much time and effort that Brad put in all the studying for the league. And it sure does seem like it has paid off for Brad at this point. So what's going on here? Hold on. I'm trying to get the... Hold on. Why is this not working? Hold on. I'm trying to get the standings up here so we can see the final standings for the season. So, all right, here we go. Here are the standings for the season as we stand right now. John Gruden's Gmail 5-2, Wooey's 5-2, Bone Crusher, Dave 4-3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams, 4 teams at 4-3. I think I got Mikey's correct on here. I sure did. So Mikey 3-4, I got you right on there, my dude. And then the last 2 at 2 and 5. So really, honestly, pretty much anybody's game at this point.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens with the 11th and 12th teams and you next week. I mean, it all really will kind of depend on those bottom few. If those next, because, well, essentially, we could look at Go Cup Yourself or the Murray Raiders kind of starting to get eliminated at that point, almost, right? If you hit 6 losses, you're kind of pushing that limit where it's going to be hard to kind of dig your way out of, I think, at that point.
It is, yeah.
So that one of those two teams could potentially, and that's not like final elimination, it's just the odds of you coming back and getting everybody else losing and you catching up are pretty low at that point. So next week should prove to be pretty interesting. And then it'll be interesting to see how the league kind of, bends a little bit next week based on everything being so tight. We got a 9th place and a 6th place team, 8th and a 3rd, 7th and 4th, 10th and 5th, 1st and 2nd, and then 11th and 12th. So we got the 2 top teams facing off this week, and then the 2 bottom teams facing off this week. And then just kind of in between, everything else in between. So we shall see. We've got a lot of even teams facing off this week. I am projected to lose this week. Let's see who else. Let's see. Neighbor Dave is projected to win, so Judge Judy could be in trouble. We have Sent From My iPhone, our 4th place team, projected to win over the 7th place team for GK, the Aegean Icarians. We have the Ocean Gate Titans projected to win over the Skull Crusher, 5th over 10th. So that could be pretty ugly for Mikey. Now, in the top one, we'll go last place teams. The 2 last place teams right now, Go Cup Yourself is projected to beat the Murray Raiders by 8 points. So plenty of football left there to play. Now, in our first place battle, the projected winner is the Wooies to come off with 126 and John Gruden's Gmail to come out with 110. So we'll see what happens with our 1st and 2nd place team, whether or not they are going to make it or not. Well, we're gonna find out who's gonna be on the top officially this week. So that'll be pretty cool because it's gonna separate and somebody's gonna walk away and be on the top. Speaking of walking away, we'll probably do this last one, guys, and then probably wrap things up here. This last little quick story. Mike, if this I thought would, considering you're heading back into singledom here, there is a thing that's been going around. It's been going viral on. I saw this on Barstool, but I actually follow the page that kind of posted this and it's going around on. And I saw this, and I kind of scrolled past it and didn't really dig into it. And then it reminded me that I'd just seen a video from another woman saying this same thing, where this woman went out on a date, and I thought I pulled it, but maybe I didn't. Let me see if I pulled that video before I describe it. I didn't. Anyway, so it's this guy, he goes on this first date with this girl to a cheesecake factory. He gets out of the car to go let her out, and she's just recording herself. And she's recording her, and this is her video. It's her recording herself refusing to open the door because he took her to the cheesecake factory. And she's saying, I'm way too fine to be taken to a cheesecake factory on a first date. You see all this? And she's all, all like that. And I'm like, I love fucking Cheesecake Factory. I would be happy if somebody took me to Cheesecake Factory. It's got everything you fucking want on the menu. It's like impossible to not be pleased there. There's everything. It's a dictionary of food. So they have to have something you'd want to eat. But anyway.
It says, man.
What, does it have you want to just get back with your ex and not have to deal with any of this shit?
No.
Oh.
No, if I pull up to a restaurant and some broad says, I ain't getting out the car, bitch, you getting out the car. You're gonna stand your ass in the parking lot while I peel the fuck out.
This guy was
eat by myself.
This guy was so cool and calm about it. He got back into the car and just asked for a polite explanation. He was very polite, and so let me get this straight. You're upset because I brought you to a restaurant and you don't think the restaurant's good enough? He was just so confused. He didn't know what was going on. So there's now a list that's going around. It's gone viral on Twitter. A group of ladies have made a list of places men should not take them on a first date. says, quote, here is a
Oh
list of
my
places
God.
women absolutely refuse to go on a first date. And to thank you to the ladies who helped put the list together. Now, it's a long list, so we'll fire through it very quickly. And we'll kind of go whether we agree or not. Because some of these I do agree with, I can't lie. Others, not so much. So first event and then first date. Now, number 28, sports events. That's an awesome first date, especially like a baseball game, because you can talk. You can talk a
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
guess so. All depends on how much the guy's into the sport.
Oh, see, I think if I'm on a date with a girl at a sporting event, it's because I give a shit about the girl. And I would, I mean, why would you take a girl to a sporting event if you didn't give a shit about her? You know what I mean? If it was like, if the football game is more important than the girl you're with, then why would you do that?
That's
Then
always.
go. No, I
I'd
don't
never
know. I
bring a girl
mean,
to a football game.
honestly, I think that's fun. I think that would be a good time. Maybe not football, baseball, basketball, hockey game, something like
Yeah,
that. I
I'm not
think.
emotionally invested to any of those sports.
Yeah,
So I
maybe
think
you're
I
right.
could
You
do
might
that. I'd be more emotionally invested into the girl that I'm there with.
might
But
not want to see me or you at a football game. Like that might not be a great first impression for a chick screaming like a maniac.
no.
Because I do go out all out at games. Like I stopped yelling and screaming as much at home. But if I go to a game, man, I get in that. I feel the vibe of everything, and I'm into it. So, now 27th place, Waffle House. 100% agree with that. Can't take a
Yeah.
chick to a Waffle House. That's what you do after
No.
you've gone out and had like a good night. And if it like things are going well, you're like, all right, we'll go want to get some Waffle House or whatever. Or, you know what I mean? That's something you could do. That's if the date's gone well, end of the night kind of thing.
Yeah.
26, a bar for just drinks. It's fucking great. There's nothing wrong with
That's
that.
a great idea. That's nice, casual.
It gives you both the
No
reason to get
pressure
out
for
quick.
anything. Yeah, you can just have
Exactly.
one drink and leave if you're not feeling it. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's actually literally the best one. It should be everybody's favorite, both, especially women, because they can get out. But this is a disaster. Must be losing his fucking mind right now, because this is all just about. Because this is just these women just trying to get free expensive meals. Essentially, is what this is all about. Because you get to number 25. Well, number 25, hookah bar. I agree. Who the fuck would want to be taken to a hookah bar? Number 24, nightclubs. I agree. Probably not the best first date to go to a nightclub. Can't hear a damn thing. You're not going to meet, you can't talk at all. It's thunk, 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 all the thumping. 23, bowling. Disagree with that. Bowling is a fantastic first
Bowling
date.
would be a fun one. Yeah,
It's a fun one. If you
talking,
take a chick
drinking.
you take a chick on a first date and they're not cool, and you go bowling and they're not cool with it, probably not the girl for you. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, because it just, if you
And you get to check out that ass when they throw in the bowling ball.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I mean,
And-
it gives you a perfect little view of what you're about to get. I mean,
do you know
it's great.
anybody who dislikes bowling? Everybody enjoys it.
You're talking to a bowler.
That's what I'm just saying though. Like, everybody I know enjoys bowling, which is, it's a fun thing to do. So I don't think that's a big. I think that one's bad. Number 22, somewhere that requires a long drive. I agree with that. You don't want them to think you're driving them out into the country to murder them or something like that.
No
and
more
also
than a
that
20-minute drive.
yeah, and that just sucks. You're stuck in the car talking, and then you got to figure out. Then it gets into like, if you turn out you don't like the same kind of music or something, you're stuck listening to crap, or they're stuck. You end up arguing about it. Yeah, that sucks. 21, movie night in, Netflix, Hulu, etc. I kind of agree with that. That's not a first date kind of thing.
I mean, it all depends on what your intentions are. If your intentions are just going to be a Netflix and chill type of deal, then yeah, it's a perfect deal. But other than that,
well, that's not a first date. That's a booty call.
True. Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
not
mean?
a first date.
Yeah. Like, you might be able to pull that off with the chick for the first date, but it's probably not going to be a relationship kind of thing, if that makes sense.
No.
Although I'm pretty sure that's what B1 and I did on our first date. Was she just came to my house and we watched TV and ate, to be honest with you. So I think, yeah. Number 20, family functions. Agreed.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
horrible.
that should be the first thing listed.
Yep. You don't want to take somebody like you got a family barbecue or something like that. You'll create weird uncles there or something. You bring them that the first time? No way. That's uncomfortable. Um, 19, ice cream dates. Disagree with that. Think that's
Oh,
a
it's a
sweet.
perfect idea.
That's sweet. Ice cream's great. Go get a couple of cones, get a little scoop, go sit at a picnic table, you talk. Go park. What's wrong with that? It's the whole point of a first date is getting to know each other. God, these girls are so skeezy. 18, coffee dates. Yeah, what's wrong? Same thing.
Another perfect date.
Yeah, that's great because you know that's usually very specific for people who might have time in the morning, lunchtime. You don't have a lot of time. You work or something. You can get a little coffee
midday
date
type
in.
of deal.
Yeah. 17, Starbucks. I think that
what?
counts as coffee date. It's the same thing. 16, church. Yep, definitely not a good place for a date. Church, that's dumb. 15, the gym. Again, I think that's probably depends on how serious the two of you take it. If it's something that you both like working out, but it's not something you take like you could have a conversation between sets or something. I don't think that that's the most horrible thing in the world. How about Denny's?
I hate this list.
This is pretty obvious what list is what these girls want, right? Because it's going to get even better.
They can list that 25 places of not to go, but these girls are the same ones when you ask them where they want to go, they don't know.
Oh, they know. They want to go to the high-end steakhouse that's in town or the newest Italian restaurant. You know, they don't. That's what, like, here, I'll rip through these next ones. Denny's, IHOP, a buffet, Red Lobster, Wingstop, Buffalo Wild Wings, any fast food chain, obviously. 7, your house. Well, that was mine with B1. 6, the movies. That's like the most classic first date.
Movie's not a good first date move. There's
See,
no talking.
Well, that's when you do the ice cream afterwards or something. Like you would go see a movie together. You know,
according to this list, that's a horrible idea. Movie then ice cream. Those are both on the list for not to do.
I guess you're right. Number 5, Olive Garden. Number 4, Chipotle. Number 3, Chili's. Number 2, Applebee's. And then number 1, Mikey, just like the video I saw that girl got all mad about, Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory is so good. Their menu is so huge.
I know. Why would anybody? If you have to tell them that you don't want to sit in, like, because you know how they'll put you in like that section where you're stuck on, like, stacked on top of a bunch of people, or you could get a booth. You can't be in that section where you're stuffed with all those people. You got to be like, I need a booth here, and I'll wait for the damn booth if I have to. And then even there's the time you get a little time to talk there while you're waiting for the table. Start to talk to each other. Go look at the cheesecakes and talk. What? This isn't. What? Fuck these bitches. Sorry, I hate to say that like that, but Jesus Christ. I mean, fuck off. Go. You want to go to a Marblehead Head or whatever the nice steakhouse here is in town? You want to go to a nice steakhouse? Pay for it then. Go Dutch if it's that important to you. If that's all you're trying to do is judge a man by how much he makes and where he can take you on a first date. Well, go fuck yourself then. Go find a baseball player. Get sexy and hot and quit being chubby and fat and be a hot little piece of ass and find yourself a baseball player or something if you think that you can do it.
I can tell you watch that Cheesecake Factory video.
Oh, yeah, that girl pissed me off, man. That girl really upset me because she was such a bitch about it. She was all acting like how hot she was. Cheesecake Factory date video. Here it is, right here.
Yeah, that woman pissed me off.
Let me see if I can get. Hopefully, the audio will work. Let's see. Was this been working? And you got audio. Why is the audio not working on this? God damn it! I thought I downloaded this. This is pissing me off. How did I get this to work last time? Remember I got it to work last time, right? There it is.
Yes. Would you want me to open the door for you? Okay. Are you? been recording me?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
Everybody, you pig.
I'm
You
fine with
park
talking
around
about
back
it.
where the
Even if
dumpsters
it's all
are.
done.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're going to talk about it.
And what makes me so irritated about it is she truly believes she's in the right here. Like this isn't an
Yes.
act.
Let's talk
Nothing.
about it. Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date? Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. Look at, when you take out a beautiful woman
Bitch.
and
Where?
you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree.
Not
I
at the
went
Cheesecake
into this
Factory?
date as I expect.
What does
myself.
the place you eat have anything to do with what she just said?
Cherish her, treat her well, right?
It sounds like vows.
You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well. Right?
What the fuck is she talking about? Cover her, pay for her food, or like wrap your fucking jacket around this? I don't think I've ever had a woman make me as angry as this woman is making me.
She
right
looks
now.
like the Hulk with that purple lipstick and the green tank top.
Right?
Yeah. And
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree.
Not
I
at the
went
Cheesecake
into this
Factory?
date as I expect, with the expectations for myself, to keep you safe, you know, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty
and then-
nice, but I mean,
And then,
You've been-
Cheesecake Factory.
pretty nice,
I,
but
on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative, and at least, you know.
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
Well,
bitch,
I
you
mean,
didn't
like,
get out of the
you
car.
didn't
Get out the car, bitch.
When we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that.
okay,
I
yeah,
don't know
and
you.
I
Yeah.
can respect that. I can respect that. When I got to your apartment,
Got
Yeah, I
on
don't
the
think
head butter.
I don't
you
want to.
pointed
I don't
at
want to
me.
hold
I
hands
can
on the first
respect
date,
that
probably
too.
either, though.
We're not
Again,
maybe
I
we're
don't
not
know
there.
yet.
Okay,
I know yet.
and then, but
Yeah, and he doesn't know you, so why should he dump a bunch of money on Cheesecake Factory for you? Quit saying you don't. I don't know you. You. Ugh.
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman. I got myself
there's
all made
nothing
up.
wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, well look at
Look
at my planner where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right there. Call him. Call him.
No,
What do you mean no?
Yes.
I
know you
specifically
didn't.
told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 a.m. At 4 p.m. Right?
Mm.
And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, and so I was waiting downstairs.
I understand.
For an hour.
Yeah.
Right?
But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long. I got home a little late. And
Bitch,
like I
you
said,
got all
I
kinds
don't
of
know you well
excuses.
enough
Shut
to
the
invite
hell
you
up.
up into my apartment.
And
That is not possible.
And that's why I'm saying, I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, you know, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as
Yeah.
Aria.
I like
Especially if
this
I'm
dude.
paying for the whole thing, which I'm still willing to do. I
mean-
would have been, but if we're late, I mean, I told
we
you
weren't
twice.
late. It was.
I can't hear you. You got? Is your mic down?
Oh shit! I turned my mic off. Disaster said that's why women leave the states or men leave the states to find women because of women like this.
We literally left your place at the time the reservation was supposed to be.
Oh,
And I specifically said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even have some time
Lady Di says this is fake. I don't
to
think
get
it's
to know
fake.
each other on the way there and while we're in the parking lot.
I mean,
I'm waiting for a reservation.
we can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that, like, you know, equivalent to that? I mean,
I literally
you don't
just said-
understand. Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
There's nothing wrong.
I will die.
All right.
That's
Okay.
embarrassing.
Listen, as I said, I have very specific certain
Because they're going to
expectations.
confuse you for a cow and
I
cut a
can
chunk
tell
of meat
it's
off
not
it.
gonna be there.
Well, I think I've had enough of the two of them. I think I get the point. But so there she is, running her mouth, going on and on about how she too fine for Cheesecake Factory. This guy. Somebody commented on it, said the Cheesecake Factory needs to give this guy a free dinner for 2. He should be the spokesman for Cheesecake Factory at this point. So yeah, fuck that bitch. She really is a piece of crap. Whether it's fake or not, there are plenty of women based on obviously just the list we just read. There are plenty of women out there doing that same thing, treating men like they're fucking a bank account for them to deal with. And I'm not saying like that from any kind of experience with me or anything. I'm just saying you see them out there. Look how upset Diz is getting. You know what I'm saying? See, Diz says, and when she realizes men aren't going to do what she wants, she will change her tune. Crooked Orchid said, no one will wait an hour for this lady. Diz is just saying it's not fake. The dude's just a pussy and desperate. He was still trying to continue the date. CYX says, this is fake. What guy is going to sit and talk to this woman while she films it? I think we're living in a world where people do that kind of shit now, and people just kind of deal with the fact that they're being recorded. I think it's, it's nuts. I think like, again, I always feel like such a douche taking my phone out and recording stuff and doing stuff like that. But at this point, I think, you know what? I just got to swallow that pill and just do it. Because, it's just what people do at this point. People record everything. And you never know what you're going to catch. So I feel like I'm going to turn in one of these people who's always constantly recording things. So FOMO, Mikey. It hits me. It hits me in the weirdest places. Falcor said that was staged AF. Angelina said that makes women look bad. It's pathetic. Mike Oxmal says, get out of the car and walk with your uppity ass. Angelina said, if I acted like this, I'd expect to be told to walk home. Yeah, I agree. So if it was fake, it was fake. But hey, you know what? There's so many videos on the internet anymore. You never know what's real and what's fake. And if it was done just to prove a point proven, because there are, like I said, plenty of women that are out there using men for fancy dinners, and they have no intention of doing anything with them. Poor fat guys taking out hot chicks that are never going to get a piece or anything from them. And these girls are getting a big piece of steak. You know what I'm saying? Bitches. Speaking of people getting theirs, Mikey, did you see the story about the pilot on the shrooms?
No.
So there's this pilot who's now he's accused of attempted murder of 83 people because he started freaking out by trying to shut off a plane's engines during what he describes as, quote, a nervous breakdown, unquote, in the cockpit. Adding, guess what else he blamed it on, Mikey?
Dehydration,
that's right. And he had not slept in 40 hours as well. Joseph Emerson is his name. There's actually some cockpit audio that they have of him when they kind of get him under control, because he kind of started going nuts in the cockpit and was threatening that he was going to take down the plane by shutting off the engines. So here is the cockpit audio of this. Hold on one sec. Zoom in on this. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Just give you a heads up. We've got the guy that tried to shut the engines down out of the cockpit, and he doesn't sound like he's causing any issue in the back right now. I think he's the dude. Other than that, we want law enforcement as soon as we get on the ground and park. The threat is now in the back of the airplane, so we're reduced on the threat level. We're going to check in with the flight attendants and make sure everything is running smoothly, but it seems like he settled down as soon as he, after one moment of going a little bit overboard, we put him back. So It escalated to a 4 as he goes on, but he's out of the cockpit now. He's handcuffed and he's in an aft back jump seat when law enforcement arrives. And right now he's staying calm.
There you go. So that's from TMZ, thank you. That is the cockpit audio. So he goes on to say, and I bring up mushrooms like because when he was talking to the cops, explaining to them everything that was going on with them, he just said he just wasn't, I don't feel okay. He said, I didn't feel okay. It seemed like the pilots weren't paying attention to what was going on. It didn't seem right. And then he admitted to pulling both of the emergency shutoff handles. Goes on to say, quote, I thought I was dreaming and I just want to wake up. And then he goes on to say that he wasn't taking any medication, but he'd been depressed for about 6 months and admitted that he started taking magic mushrooms and that it was actually his first time that he'd ever tried to take magic mushrooms. So I'm wondering if he overdid it with his little micro dose. Somebody told him what to do and he ate like a cap or something and didn't feel anything for 20 minutes, 45 minutes or something, and then said, well, maybe I need to eat another one of these. And next thing you know, he's tripping balls and thinks he's dreaming and all he wants to do is wake up, which is
trapped in a steel tube in 20,000 feet in the air. The scariest place to be when shrooms kick in.
So at one point he said, I guess he told one of the flight attendants, he said, you need to cuff me right now or it's going to be bad. Another flight attendant says that Emerson said, I messed everything up. And then they went on to say that he tried to kill everybody. And then, talk about a bad trip. Thank you for the funny joke there, TMZ. But so, yeah, they ended up subduing him in the cockpit after he tried to shut off the engines mid-flight. Crazy. 83 counts of attempted murder this guy is facing because he overdosed on shrooms and decided to shut the plane off. What a fucking night. Can you just imagine that? Just sitting there, you're flying the plane and the guy reaches over and just starts freaking out and says, let's just shut these engines off real quick. And then you and the first officer got to grab the guy and subdue him and hold him down just so that you don't die and everybody on board doesn't die. Be scary as fuck.
Yeah, it's wild.
All right, I got one last little video. It is a plane video. We love good plane videos, Mikey. This one, I'd love to know what you would do in this situation. I know you're getting ready to fly. So
yeah,
it will be interesting. Where's the video? Oh, you got to be fucking kidding me. Apparently I didn't download it. Son of a bitch. Oh, well, I don't have that one, but I do have another good one we can end with instead. It's pretty funny. You always see those Rochester, the dude stealing the Kias, the Kia boys in Rochester, just going around, driving around, crashing all these Kias and all that stuff. Well, somebody decided that they're going to take it up a notch. I'm actually not even exactly sure where this happened at, but I love the video. And it's so strange because of the outfit this person is wearing. And I keep saying this person, I believe it's a transgender person. So you're going to see a dash cam from the inside of an Amazon truck when this happens. I don't know what that stupid song is, but so there you go. You can't hear anything other than the song really anyway until we get over to... So yeah, it doesn't even play anything. It's just a stupid song. You can't hear the actual audio of what's going on. But you can see this person, watch how they're driving, like just swerving this Amazon truck all over the place in an effort to do something and then throws himself out of it. Did you see that? How crazy is that? What? And then they get up and just go walking away afterwards. So yeah, isn't that crazy? So they're just driving normal, and then they start saying, fuck it, let's swerve this bitch. Let's see if we can flip this bitch, apparently. Big, flooring it, smiling, and having the time of their life. Whoa!
Oh, God. Imagine all the piss bottles that spilled.
That's funny. That's funny after that story the other day. Good stuff, Mikey. That was funny. Alrighty, guys. I think that is going to wrap things up here this evening. Like I said, Mikey's not feeling good. I'm not feeling good. So I think this would be the best way to probably wrap up on that nice laugh there. Vanilla Charlie does say, who would you rather throw out of the cockpit, Mikey? This is a weird question. All right. He wants to know who would you rather have thrown out of a cockpit, Mikey at his all-time musty level or me showing my botched vasectomy? Well, I would say probably the smell. If somebody stinks, you're not going to want to be stuck in a cockpit with them. Somebody just showing off something.
Yeah, that'd be horrible.
You're just like, whoa, that's crazy.
I'd be afraid. I'd be afraid of the smell of the botched vasectomy.
There's no smell to it.
I don't know. Picture looks like it smells.
Why would it smell? It's clean.
I don't know, because it's all beat up and nasty looking. Looks like ground beef.
Oh no, it's all swollen and rolled up over itself and everything.
I ain't ever getting that done. I send that picture to my buddy every day still, telling him not to get it done.
Yeah. Marty Miller says, another short show, lame. Hey, dude, I haven't had a day off in 10 days, so suck a dick. All right, grow up. Sorry. I got a lot of work to do.
Suck my dick. I'm looking.
I know. Mikey's sick. I'm sick. I got a day off. I haven't had a day off in 10 days, so suck a fatty, for Christ's sake. Cut a brother a little slack here, one of these, for Christ's sakes. I got to maintain my voice. I got 2 weddings this weekend. If I blow my voice out by Wednesday, I'm going to be in trouble. Can't do that. So, all right, Mikey, I'm gonna let you get going. Feel better, my friend. Go.
Love you, buddy.
Oh, what are you doing to feel better? Because from what I heard, they took like NyQuil and Dayquil and stuff off the shelves because supposedly it doesn't work anymore. You don't take any of that shit anyway, do you?
No, I don't even take Tylenol when I get a fever. I just raw dog it.
Power it out and drink lots of water and everything.
Right now, I'm drinking lots of apple cider. It's juice, so I figure that'll help.
I guess sugar water, perfect.
Yeah,
natural sugar water, just as good.
Yeah.
All right. Drew S says that 3 wedding weekend is broken. Our boy. No, it's not that, guys. It's just the fact that I literally have not had a day off in more than a week at all. So I'm just behind, and my voice. It's my voice. That's why I sound sick, because my actual vocal cords are strained right now, and I need to give them a little bit of a break. So I do appreciate you hopping on, dude, because I would.
Oh yeah, dude. Sorry, like I said, I fell asleep.
Yeah, this would have been a very short show otherwise, because with nobody to talk to, my voice was going to be done in about 15 minutes. So, I'm going to go get some. I got some tea. I'm going to drink some hot tea and some. Here, Mike, I love you. I'm going to let you go, man, so you can go back to sleep. Feel better, dude. I'm going to get some hot tea, some honey, all that good stuff. Try to get the old throat back to normal. I'm going to turn up the, I don't have a humidifier, but I'll get in the shower and I'll do like a really hot shower, and I'll just sit there and breathe in all the hot steam and everything for a while. That seems to help. So it's not the first time this has happened where, it's used to happen on the show when on days where like I'd have to host the aftermath, like when Charlie would be out of town, like he is right now. If I'd have weddings over the weekend and then I'd have to host the aftermath all weekend, I'm not used to doing that. I don't think you guys realize how much talking actually can wear down your voice. And we're going to have the golden tones working good for these people who paid an assload of money for me to DJ their wedding. So I got to make sure I sound good for them. So I apologize to everybody that we're going to wrap it up early. Oh, I did see, by the way, speaking of, I did mention Charlie being out of town coincidentally. I texted him today. I know my boy from the old show. I know he's in Italy right now, so if you're not following his adventures on Instagram, I urge you to do that, because I was laughing very hard watching him today. But I did text him some wines to try while he's there. I suggested he try a Nebbiolo. You can't go wrong with a good Nebbiolo. I suggested a Montepulciano. That's my favorite. Montepulciano is probably one of the best wines in the world. Or a Barolo. Also very good. And the Barbaresco. Those are 4 solid, delicious Italian wines, all with their own flavor profiles, different types of grapes from different regions, or different sections of different regions. So pretty cool. Montepulciano is like sucking on flint. Like you get a piece of flint, like the rock, and just dip it in your red wine and just stir it with the rock. That's what it tastes like. It's so fucking good. Sounds so gross, but that volcanic soil, man, that makes some good ass wine. So, all right, guys, that is going to wrap things up for us tonight. And again, I'm very sorry that we're going short tonight. If we don't go short tonight, we'll have no show tomorrow. That's just all there is to it. So I got to wrap things up, and I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate all of you. Thank you to Becky for that Brittany for that nice email regarding allowing me to take some care of myself, because I do have to do some self-care here. So thank you to everybody who is an official league member, all you guys. Thank you to all of my Super League of Dummy members, and of course my Team Dumb Ultimate fans. I appreciate you guys all the best. Lady Di says Buckley's. That is good stuff. Buckley's is that stuff is no joke. That was my my ex-father-in-law he turned me on to Buckley's. It does do a good job. I don't know that right now my throat is right. I don't need Buckley's yet. I'm not there yet. But if you're sick, you want to get that stuff out of your lungs and everything real quick, take some Buckley's. That stuff is the nastiest. It's like drinking pure menthol and camphor. It's so gross, but it works so well. It opens up everything. I'll never forget, Keely was so sick one time when she was little. She was so stuffed up, coughing, just all jacked up. And then we gave her some Buckley's. She swallowed it. It immediately coughed, and all the stuff that was in her lungs, this big pile of green and yellow goo, came out in one big like this. It went like those fountains that you see where like the water follows itself. This is what it looked like out of her mouth. And then this big huge puddle of phlegm all over the floor. So, and she was fine. Perfectly fine after that. Once she got it all out, felt like good as new. So maybe I should try some Buckley's. Maybe it'll help me out. But I think I'm just going to stick with some tea and get the golden tones running all over again. So, guys, I appreciate everybody coming to hang out with me tonight. You know how much I love having you guys stream on my tube. We will be back live tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Again, thanks everybody. I am out of here. See ya.